Data that is important is data that can improve productivity and quality. Also important data is that data that supports continuous improvement. But maybe most important is data that can detect critical quality issues, indication for potential downtime or even extensive rework. But the need for this data is not new. Manufacturers have been looking for this data for long or tried to collect this data for long. In the early days by timing jobs, visual inspections. But the difference today is you have a lot of smart connected devices that produces a lot of information. But this data is not fully utilized, and that we would like to change. The value in the data lays in the changes we can make based on the data. And even small improvements can lead to a lot of difference in terms of production. And maybe from time to time there is no need for change, because and that would indicate that your production is running in a good manner, in a smooth manner. But history tells us there's always possibilities to optimize and improve, and adjustments are needed constantly. And at one point, your tools and equipment, they will require maintenance, and with data we can alert you before it is needed. But to make data valuable, we need to add few things. We need to add proper domain expertise, but also, in many cases, quite advanced analytics. We have chosen to go cloud for three main reasons. The first reason is that we want to provide the best available algorithm for the customer working on the data. The second is cloud provides us with a lot of computing power that can come in handy. And third, we would also like to support the customer remotely, so if the customer have a problem, we can easily support the customer looking into the data. But then in addition, we also can support the customer's IT departments by having a minimal impact on their work. And also modern cloud providers of today, with data center that can be placed fairly close to the customer, we can also have a good performance or a good latency when the data goes back and forth. And also we support if the country has a data legislation that means that data should be located at a certain place. No, but you need to be aware and ensure that you meet your IT requirements. We put a lot of energy into security, and we follow industry standards such as SOC 2 and ISO 27001. We work with Microsoft Azure to ensure that the data in the data centers are handled with the best security levels possible. We also work with known technologies for connectivity that are known amongst IT professionals. And we only collect the data for the purpose of optimizing the usage and the maintenance of our tools. Any data outside the scope is filtered out before it's sent to Atlas Copco and to our cloud solutions. And most important, the customer has full control of the data at all times.